got Peach Dog and Luffy versus Chicken Crossroad and Legend. Themes are weak pawns and extra attacking unit. So, the opening starts out with both players grudging. I play a weak pawn structure. I advance my pawns a lot, so my pawn structure is weak, and blue is going to set up some stuff there and capture some pawns. But my bishop is a key defender, my dark squared bishop, and my knight is a key obstructor there, preventing blue's rook from taking my rook. And now, after the smoke clears, blue has 4 pawns for the piece, but my extra attacker is going to be able to win a couple of pawns back, and then after that I shouldn't have any problems. So I'm going to maneuver my knight to be in position to attack a light squared pawn, and then after that I win a couple pawns back, and it doesn't really matter that white's winning because I have a winning position against blue, so even if white and red had a draw, then my team should still win. So with a superior attacking unit, I just win a pawn, and then I win back my other pawns, and then I'm just up a piece against blue. So there's no problems after this for me. Even though white lost the rest of his material, I still have material advantage against blue. So my team has an easy win here. Alright, we got Muggles420 and Plight versus Legend and Herbs Boy. The themes are kind of similar to the last, except it's an endgame. So green has a pawn extra, but I have an extra attacking unit. I have 2 minor pieces against a rook, so I just need to make sure green's pawns can't do anything and just keep on taking green's pawns until there's nothing left. And green just sacked in exchange, so I'm just up a solid piece now, and I'm just going to keep on taking the weak pawns. So I started the endgame off with a pawn down, but I'm going to finish the endgame with 3 extra pawns, and I have an easy time promoting here. There's not really much that green can try, so it's a pretty easy win. After I took all the pawns, I just promote my own pawns. Got Muggles420 and Herbs Boy versus Firehawk and Momare. Themes are complex timing attacks. So here, material's even in my grudge, but white's gonna play this cheap move where I'm not gonna defend with my bishop in time. See, my dark squared bishop can defend my pawn if white's queen tries to take, but my cursor was on the wrong bishop, so I didn't get the defense in time, and now have a worse position against white. But I set up this timing trick that white allows. After I sack this pawn for space, and then white takes with that pawn, I have this timing trick where I take a critical pawn with my rook, and then set up my queen to take the knight, and then my queen has a better timer than white's queen, so I get a material advantage there. Got Muggles420, Chicken Crossroad versus Firehawk and Hitmonlee. This is kind of common endgame. It's not really that well played because green just hung his king there, but after this it's more well played than most of the endgames you'll see. Other than just, there's a few times where the red queen has a sweeping opportunity if it's psychic, but it's a pretty well played endgame actually. My white king can offer itself for the red queen because the red queen is more valuable, and so the red queen should pretty much be neutralized. My king can offer itself for the red queen to get a superior position. So my team is just going to keep gaining territory. The green and white team is just going to keep gaining territory, and it's pretty much a forced win. If green's rook was a knight or bishop instead, it would be a lot more interesting. It wouldn't be that clear. Got Touchpad Master and Dot versus Pirate and DZ. Theme is Team Overload attack. The opening starts off pretty badly. Black wins some material. He wins a rook and minor piece for a queen. So it doesn't look good for me, but I take a bishop and black's pawn structure is weaker, so I get my queen in there to set up a cross, and white follows with an overload attack that was refuted, but black didn't refute it. Muggles420 and Herbs Boy versus Yogg and Undefeated Monkey. Themes here. So, pretty shitty play here. Red is just down a lot of material. It doesn't look like my team should have much of a chance here, but my pawns end up advancing a lot, and black gets in some distractions there. I lose a rook, but white doesn't seem to capitalize on his material advantage, and we end up getting a okay endgame where it's 2 versus 1, and I have a really advanced pass pawn, and black has a pawn majority, so white has to get the king in there to stop black's pawn, and then white's bishop is the only thing stopping my pawn from promoting, but once I attack with the king, I have a forced promotion, and we have an endgame here that's usually, it's pretty much a forced win, like 99.9% chance, unless you're playing a psychic computer who can predict where you're going to move. Then like it could leave its king hanging there, and then a psychic computer predict when your queen's going to take, and then take with the bishop next. Here we got Muggles420 and Herbs Boy, Yogg, and Monkey, the same footage, but here it's an almost comeback where we're going to see a timing trick by green here, where black loses, and it's an almost comeback where white suddenly hangs a king unexpectedly. My knight defends there, and I have a seemingly winning endgame. I should just advance the pawns here, but instead of advancing the pawns, I seem to just try to capitalize on my queen advantage, but it doesn't really do much. I wasted too much time there. I missed a chance to take the king, but green pushes, and I just neglected to push my pawns, so I have a bad pawn endgame here, and green is promoting faster, so green's winning here.